Hi there, Rebecca here, your Vibe mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibration so you can live your best life. Speaking of high vibrations, I am fighting a cold, so if I feel a little hoarse or funny, that is why. And I am doing my best for you to keep the vibe high to make sure that I deliver this fun message in the best possible way. So be easy on me. So I had a friend the other day use the term um, look for the open door. And she used that term as it relates to someone attacking her, not physically, but verbally. And so it really has been on my mind. The conversation has happened over a week ago now. And it's really been something that I felt like I needed to share with you because there is so much wisdom in that. And she did feel like that was sort of a channeled message for her. And I think it's something that we can all collectively use. So we live in the day and age where there is a lot more awareness around the need for sensitivity, that we have created safe places for people. We have more awareness around bullying, and we have created sort of a movement around shifting bullying and creating safe places for people. And I'm all for that. I very much believe that a bully bullies because they are hurting, right? Hurt people hurt people. And so we really need to get at the root cause of that and start to understand why do these things happen, and normalize the fact that someone who acts out and acts negatively is really only showing you their internal world. It's not a reflection on you or who they act out towards. So I am in no way suggesting that that is a negative movement. I highly, highly support that. And so I want to clarify that before I dig into this. So, yes, it is true that the person that attacks you is likely coming from their own place of pain, and it is an indication of their issues that need to be dealt with. I agree. So let's just put that on the shelf, right? That is not part of this conversation. It's not in question. At the same time, right? This is the duality of the world that we live in. When someone attacks you and you immediately have a hyper defensive response, that is an open door, right? And so we need to look at, why am I super sensitive around this, right? And so from my own personal experience, I, for a long time, was very, very sensitive to criticism. Constructive criticism, kind criticism, doesn't matter how it was delivered. I had an instant, like, oh, like, I felt like every ounce of my being flared up and I was ready to fight for who I was and why I deserved to, XYZ. And so I needed to come to a place of realizing that hyper defensiveness, like that hypersensitivity to criticism, was a trauma response, right? And that tied up in that was self-worth and inability to put myself out there, and needing to become strong in who I am and my connection to my divine source creator. And right, my self-worth, the value of what I put out there, needs to be strong enough that I have unwavering faith in who I am and the value of what I put out there, so that when someone comes and attacks me or criticizes me or says anything that would have made me flare up, if you will, that was the lesson and the learning that needed to happen. That when I started to dig deeper and say, where is my open door here? If someone is giving me constructive criticism and they're genuinely coming from a loving place, and the message that they're delivering is truly helpful, then my nervous system needs some attention. And if I overreact to that, that's an indication of something that I needed to work on. So I will keep this one pretty quick today. I'm suggesting that anytime that you feel attacked, right, anytime that um, someone's comment offends you, especially if you're on Facebook, if there is something that someone says or does that you feel triggered by, the trigger is an open door. It is an opportunity. It is a mirror to say, hey, this is one of the things keeping you from where you want to go. This is the one of the things that is standing in your way, right? When we say we are our own limitation, we are the only thing standing in the way between us and where we want to go, or where we are and where we're trying to go, right? All of those indications of blocks come through the discomfort. Anytime we're experiencing unwanted situations, anytime we're experiencing a trigger, anytime we're experiencing elevated emotions, those are the opportunities to look and say, where am I weak in my foundation? Where is there a break in the chain between me and my divinity? Where is there a disbelief that I am not a child of God and I am not valuable just as I am, and that I am, all of these beliefs, and I don't want to say them wrong because I'm trying to ingrain the opposite, right? That we should be so strong in our divinity. We should be so strong in our connection to our Creator. We should be so strong in our value and our knowing of our purpose, that we are perfectly imperfect for our purpose, that abundance is our birthright, and only the beliefs that have been ingrained in us are what stand in the way. And so as soon as we start viewing these unfortunate situations or these uncomfortable situations, these attacks, as opportunities and gifts for us to see where we can learn and grow and become stronger in our connection, we embrace it with love, and we have compassion for ourselves, and we can say thank you for this awesome thank you for triggering me, right? Like, when's the last time you said that? It's not somebody else's fault. Here's the thing: nobody can make you feel a certain way, and it's really all in you. The way you respond to someone is you. The issue is you. And that's a hard thing for us to learn. I didn't want to believe that my oversensitivity to criticism meant that I had a problem and I needed to change. That was the very thing I was trying to avoid, right? Was that feeling of not enoughness, that I'm broken and there's something wrong with me. But as soon as I could get past that and say, you know what? I had a broken moment. I formed a broken belief from that broken moment. And now in this moment, I can recognize my trigger and love on my inner child and go within and say, it's okay, you're safe. They're not going to take away, right? The ego freaks out because anytime your worth or your value is threatened or questioned, the ego's like, oh my God, we're going to die, right? Which you're not going to die, right? So just really look for the open door. And I want to thank my friend Tanya for using that term. All credit to her and her connection to her divinity, and for that sharing. So look for the open door. It's a massive blessing and a huge opportunity when we can start to, can you imagine if collectively, if 80 to 90% of us saw our triggers as opportunities and started to say thank you instead of, you're wrong, you triggered me, right? So yeah, we need to deal with the bullying, and we need to be careful and love on each other. And absolutely, there is no room for aggression or anger or hate speech or, all that stuff. And it's not under the political labels of hate speech. I'm talking about really hurting somebody. That's wrong, right? But at the same time, there is the duality. There's the other side of the coin. If it hurts, there is something in you that says, I don't fully believe the truth about me, which is the opposite of what you're saying. If I fully believed in myself, I would look at you and say, I'm sorry, you're having a crappy day, and I'm sorry, that's the yuck inside of you. How can I help you? Right? Because it's not about me. Right? So it's not personal. All right, that's all for today. I'm going to try to rest my voice, rest my body. I'm sending you all much love, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.